Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this podcast, we're going to talk about how the experts say you should respond to being curved via text. Now, a couple of things. This podcast was based off of something that I read. I was just kind of messing around on the internet the other day, and I came across this article that talked about how to respond to being curved via text. So before I get into what the experts say you should do, a couple things. One, I'm probably not the person who should be delivering this message because I've never been curved via text. Reason being is that, in case you didn't know, I'm married. And I've been married long enough to where the last time that I dated, it was the 90s. Cell phones weren't even out then. So, I miss being curved via text. But as usual, I'm going to attempt to offer some insight and humor along with this information. Two, let me explain what curved is for those of you who may not have been outside. Curved means like if someone, like you're showing interest in someone and they don't necessarily have the interest back in you and, they reject you. And so rejection is, it's a part of life. It happens. Everybody's been rejected. If there's anyone that says that they've never been rejected, they're a damn liar. I don't care how cool you are. I don't care how fine you are. Everybody's been rejected at one point in time or another in their life. It happens, It is what it is, right? So anyway, so this article talks about like how to respond to being curved via text. Now I will say this much. I think it's really interesting that there are some people who would much rather let you down via text and tell you via text that they ain't checking for you like that as opposed to face to face. Now, again, I came up in the 80s and the 90s. So, in my era, you had to do everything face to face. I mean, yeah, you could call a girl and, diss her over the phone. But, what fun is that? I would think you would want to see her face. But, it is what it is. Nevertheless, the idea of letting someone down or curving them via text, I think is something that is, I think it's interesting. And I think sometimes it says something about the person doing the curving as opposed to the one who gets curved. Nonetheless, so I'm reading this article. And so I guess the best way the experts say that you should handle it is, try to handle it with some class. Before I get into the text, let me just give you a scenario. Like if you're waiting back to hear from the person that you went on a great first date with, or let's say it's the person that you recently confessed to that, you really are liking them. You open up yourself and open up your heart and say, hey, I'm feeling you. I want us to be a thing. Only to receive the reply that you had not been wanting to get. In fact, you probably were dreading it. It's the rejection text. I mean, it's deflating. It's crushing. But ultimately, rejection is a part of the game. I found it interesting in the article that one of the experts said, quote, someone who's only had a date or two, you really can't reject because they don't even know you. All they're really saying is, we're not a good fit or you're not my type. It's not rejection. It's just information. Close quote. Whatever. You just dissed me. I told you I was feeling you, or we went out on a date and I like the vibe, and you come back and say, nah, I'm good. Nah, that's not cool. But anyway, let us get to the responses. So these experts came up with these, and I use the term experts in quotation marks, and I use them very loosely, right? Okay, so first response. No worries at all. Seriously, thanks for letting me know. Now that one, I think that sounds pretty general. I think that's pretty much on board for how you probably should respond. You don't sound really, you really don't sound bitter, even though you might be bitter. It doesn't sound mad, even though you might be mad. But I think that pretty much covers everything. No worries at all. Seriously, thanks for letting me know. Number 2, response to a curved text. I understand, and thanks for being honest. Good luck out there. I probably could have rocked with the first sentence. I understand, thanks for being honest. Good luck out there? Man, that sounds lame as hell. You sound like a cornball. I mean, but this is what they're recommending that you say. So, hey. Number 3. It's been fun. And I'm sorry things didn't work out. But that's just how it goes sometimes. And I totally get it. Now, it kind of opens you up a little bit because it gives a little bit of honesty. It's been fun, and I'm sorry that things didn't work out. Again, I probably would stop there. But that's just how it goes sometimes, and I totally get it. Now you're starting to sound a little desperate. And you don't ever want to sound desperate. So I probably would have stopped after the first sentence. But again, I don't know nothing. This is what the experts say you should say if someone curves you via text. Number 4, the fourth response, excuse me. Now what am I going to do with this engagement ring? LOL. But seriously, I appreciate you for being honest. Now that's just dumb. I mean, I just see it like this. If you curve me, right, you're telling me that you don't like me like that, like how I like you. And that's fine. But I don't have time for the LOLs. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm cold-hearted. I don't know. It's just, ain't no time for no jokes, man. Shut up. Stop it. But, I mean, you can obviously have an appreciation for someone's honesty, because ultimately that's what you want them to be, is honest with you. But at the same time, I mean, it's not, that's not the move. Then we go to number 5, the 5th response to a curved text. Hey, thanks for just telling me how you feel. That's way classier than just ghosting. Best of luck out there. Who wrote this shit? I mean, did somebody write this? Listen, man. Don't say that. That's about all I can tell you. Don't say that. That sounds so like whack. I mean, best of luck out there. They're not going to play a game. They just told you that they're not feeling you. That's not the way to respond. Sixth response to a curved text. Cool. Friends it is. No. Wrong. I don't want to be your friend. What? I mean, I don't know, man. That maybe, again, what do I know? I'm the old married guy, right? But here's the thing. I guess depending on the level or where we are with each other, when you curve me, do I really want to be your friend? I mean, because I can only speak for men. You know, a lot of men, they don't handle that friend zone thing well, right? And I wish I had time to talk about how women put men in the friend zone with the quickness. Maybe that's another podcast I should do. Because, once you get in that zone, you ain't ever getting out that zone. But yeah, cool. Friends it is. No, we're not friends. I just told you I liked you and I was feeling you and I was feeling us on that date and you dissed me and I'm like, cool, friends it is. Hell no. Get out of here. Response number 7. That's okay. I totally understand. It was still really fun getting to know you. Not really sure about that one. And the reason being is that, it was really fun getting to know you. They ain't dying. they're not going out of the country. That's a little lame too. But I guess it works for some. I don't know. Response number 8. It's cool. See you around sometime. Hell no. Hell no. Why would you say that? Why? Okay, let me break it down. All right. It's cool. Perfect. That's the perfect response. It's cool. It's cool. Okay. Bet. All right. Any of those can work. But see you around sometime. Again, this ain't, we're not in high school, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Again, I get what they're saying to a degree, but, and ladies who are listening, you tell me, and I'm speaking just because I'm a man, but ladies who listen to this podcast, you tell me if I'm being insensitive here. Because, once you curve a guy, you curved him. You let him know, like, hey, I'm not checking for you like that. So I don't know if women necessarily care how the guy feels after that anyway. I could be wrong, but hey, I'm probably not. Number 9. No problem. Sorry if that was awkward. Friends? ? No. Never. I'm assuming that this was one where a guy told a woman, or vice versa, a woman told a guy that they were crushing on them and then that they had a crush on them. And okay, no problem. Sorry if that was awkward. You don't ask them if they want to be friends. When you're at a certain age, I think people can determine whether or not they're going to be friends or not. You don't ask somebody, hey, so you want to be friends? No, I'm not asking you if you want to be friends. We can be friends or we can't be friends. One of the two. But you don't have to ask someone. We're not in the 3rd grade. Come on, man. Number 10, the 10th response. And I'm assuming these are in no particular order. The 10th response to being curved via text. I know that was probably really hard. I know that was probably a really hard message to write. So even though it's not the answer I was hoping for, I want you to know that I appreciate you being honest. Nah, man. It's way too many words. Way too many words. I mean, you don't want to come off like you're desperate or you're just heartbroken and crushed. Even if you are, you shouldn't come off like that. So, I don't know. That was a hard message to write. Man, who are you, Dr. Phil? Man, shut up. Again, what do I know? I don't know anything. Number 11. I can't lie. That's a bummer. But I get it. Want to be friends? What is with these people asking to be friends? I mean, these are the lamest responses I've ever seen. No, man, I'm not. Nah, I'm good. Don't ask to be friends. I mean, you either will or you won't be, but don't ask. Number 12. New phone, comma, who does? Question mark. Just kidding. Thanks for telling me the truth. Don't say that shit. I don't even want to repeat what I just said. Don't say that shit. That is corny as hell. And he or she will laugh at you as they read that dumbass response. Number 13. I think you misspelled, quote, "you're my soulmate," close quote. LOL, just kidding. I totally get it. Again, this ain't the time for humor. You just got curves. She just said she's not feeling you like that. And you got jokes? You're not Kevin Hart, man. Go sit down somewhere. Again, I these experts are killing me. 14. They say honesty's the best policy, and I wouldn't expect anything less from someone like you. Well, that's pretty PC. That is decent, I guess. It's not something that I would say, but it's you don't come off as being lame. You don't come off as being, insensitive. You don't come off as being desperate. So I guess that's okay. I guess it depends on the nature of the curve. And last but not least, number 15, don't text anything. You're too busy moving to sweat to replying to someone who isn't feeling you the way that you deserve. No. Again, too many words. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. Don't text anything. You're too busy moving on to sweat replying to someone who isn't feeling you in the way that you deserve. What are you saying? Again, that's a lame ass response. And I get it. I mean, those are 15 responses to being curved. And again, it comes from, it's being read by me, someone who has not been curved via text. But I mean, I've been rejected before back in, like 77 or something like that. No, I was just joking. But no, it's happened. I mean, it happens to the best of us. What's even interesting now is that we have social media, so you can slide in some DMs and shoot your shot, and it may or may not go well. And I've seen it happen. So it's always interesting, but nonetheless, how you respond is, I guess, based on the nature of it. I think the less words, the better. I mean, thanks for letting me know. That's it. I mean, that's all you can do. Thanks for letting me know. Let's be friends. Let's go out. Nah, man, shut the hell up. Don't say that. Don't. You've already put yourself out on a limb. Don't play yourself. Simple as that. Don't play yourself. I mean, dealing with rejection is not easy, and I'm pretty sure it stings, because it should. But if you deal with it with some type of dignity and class, then my guess is it's going to help you feel better. And ultimately, their honesty just frees you up to be a better match with somebody else. And that way, you can get who you want. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for checking out this week's edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm your boy 12 Kyle. We'll catch you guys next time. 5 G's.